Check, check. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. All right, so this is to continue. I was talking um about the middle point. Right. I did a video talking about the symbol of the cross and things that it symbolizes and what corresponds to what and shit. And then I got to the middle point, right? And this the middle point is the gateway. All right. The middle point is how you break through. Is how you break through the programming. I'll try not to get too deep, but to give some science and try to make it simple enough to understand for a person who has no idea what I'm talking about. Though you kind of got to have a slight idea of some of this shit in order to hear what I'm saying at all. So anyway, this middle point, right? The middle point is the gateway. Let's go to Jesus. What you hear about Jesus, that Jesus is the gateway. Jesus represents this middle point, right? It's always connections with Jesus and the heart. And when it comes to you, right? If you were standing up, if that was you standing straight up, right? With your arms out to each side, right here would be your heart, right? Another way to put this would be, if we want to jump to astrology, right? We can imagine that there's a circle. Imagining there's a circle around this thing, right? Which represent the zodiac, right? The circle represents restriction, completion, and cycles. The zodiac is known as the circle of time, right? So this is a life cycle, right? And life goes in a cycle. Every year, all the seasons and everything come all the way back around and all of this shit. And this is also how your individual world is structured as well. Remembering that there's a universe in large, right? A collective universe, and then we have our own individual universe. As above, so below. It's the macrocosm, which would be the larger picture, the universe in large. And then our own individual universe, which would be the microcosm. And it's a reflection of each other, right? That's what I'm saying. All the universal energies out there, these energies, we have the same makeup. They exist within us. That's what lies behind the whole study of this shit, right? It's really not a study of something that's far out there. You know what I'm saying? It's really the occult study comes down to the study of you and me, who and what we are. It's a study of consciousness. All right. So, with this middle point, and that middle point being the gateway, and I'm saying, imagine if that ring, we dealing with the zodiac, right? So those are the 12 signs and 12 houses. And then in the middle is the sun, right? That's how it go. It's all based on these energies that's surrounding the sun. And the sun moves in throughout in and out these energies. All right. Another way to understand that is you take Jesus and the disciples, right? Those 12 zodiac signs, right? This is the 12 disciples of Jesus. The Son of God, Jesus, represents that middle point, that sun. I don't know it right off my mind, but I'm sure, like in the picture, the painting, whatever, of the Last Supper, where he's sitting there with the disciples, I'm sure it probably has 6 disciples on one side, 6 disciples on his other side, and Jesus representing the middle point. Alright? So, when we're saying Jesus is the way, my friend, people don't know, but it's deeper than that. Alright? Alright, so anyway, let's get somewhere else with it. Okay, so like I said, and that middle point also represents the heart. It's your heart chakra, right? Now take your 7 primary chakra system, right? Traditionally, we have 3 lower chakras, which respond or control our physical reality or our lower self. Then there's the 3 higher chakras, which correspond to our higher self or our spiritual self. And in the middle is the heart chakra. The heart chakra sitting in the middle, the intersection between the 2 worlds, the gateway. All right? You always going to come across different meditations, different exercises dealing with this type of information, and the science is always going to be some sort of techniques that involve the sun connecting to your heart, or involve something about visualizing a bright light right at your heart center, or it's always going to be that connection, right? So yeah. So as I said in the last video, so just like ways you can, and I'm thinking practical now, right? So like meditating, the ways you can access that middle point of consciousness is, as I said, to just become the observer, right? When you get in the meditative state and you just want to be the observer, not judgmental, just being aware, and that's it, right? Not to get caught up in the thoughts that pop up. You just let them pop up and fade away, without getting tangled up in the web, without traveling down a storyline. You just simply observe it and allow it to fade away. The same with your emotions and different sensations that you may feel. The idea is to not get caught in your biasness and shit, but just to remain neutral consciously, just to remain neutral. By doing this, the longer that you can hold your awareness in that state of consciousness, Eventually, what's going to happen is you start to slip into a trance. You start to slip into a trance state. And in the trance state, what's going on is your conscious reality as you know it and shit. So that program is going to begin to break down. You know that it's breaking down because you will start to experience things outside of the norm. All right. Which, I mean, you can expect to experience anything, but you'll start to experience things outside of your normal conscious awareness, right? Might be weird ass images, it might be voice, might be some kind of different intuitions. It could a certain feeling, sensation that you feel physically. It could be in the form of anything and many different things. But the longer you can stay there in that middle point, in between reality, that's what's going to happen. This illusion, as you know it, that you think is so real, it begins to break down, right? And then the next layer begins to come in and override that programming. So the thing about breaking through, though, when you break through one illusion, see, people will lead you to believe that whenever you break through, then they think they all of a sudden seen the truth and they know everything, and now they know what the truth is. Like, a lot of people hold on to that notion, and that's bullshit. You break through one layer. Remember, it's like a layer. Like, you peel back one layer of the onion, is always another layer to peel back, right? So you break down one illusion, and then you just stepping inside of another, right? And when you break through that, and then you just present it with another reality. But every time, your state of consciousness is going to shift. So one reality isn't going to be the same as the next. But as I've experienced and I see it, it's like, but you need one step to prepare you for the next, because that step then is going to prepare you for the next, right? It's like the mind is only going to reveal to you like the truth that you're ready for, and it's going to work in stages, right? The same way we fall asleep in stages, we wake up in stages. This is most likely, it's most likely that we're in a dream within a dream within a dream within a dream within a dream, and however fucking far it goes, right? Um, and I've experienced waking up in a dream and being still within another, and shit gets hard and harder to describe and explain, right? So anyway, I gotta go grab my son from practice, but I wanted to get into some more practical things, right? So it just ain't all theory, and we can actually get into how to make the shit useful. But for now, that's all I got. I'm out.